Hey everyone, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of my FC 24 Manchester United Realistic and Sensible Career Mode. Here today, first up, we've got a match against Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. We're coming off the last episode, which we have had a pretty inconsistent Premier League form. However, we are doing better in the Cups and in the Champions League. Last season in Season 1, we managed to win both the FA and Carabao Cup, but unfortunately got dumped out early in the Champions League and lost the Premier League title race. This time in Season 2, we want to try and correct that and try and win either the Champions League or the Premier League. I would consider this season a failure if we don't, particularly that we went out and spent £150 million on both Courtois, Kim and Reece James. So let's first up play this Carabao Cup match on ultimate difficulty, of course, using the tactical view only. We've got plenty of fixtures to come. Champions League and Premier League football. So we're going to be hosting them at Old Trafford. Let's go. 20 minutes in, Bruno Fernandes with the ball in. Liverpool try to clear it. Gakpo fails. Rashford finds Bruno Fernandes. And Manchester United step up in the Cups as they've done countless times this season. And it's thanks to that man there, the captain, the main driving force at this football club. Bruno Fernandes starts off the scoring incredibly early on, thanks to a nice little bit of fancy footwork from Marcus Rashford. Bruno smashes the football past Alisson, who we've managed to convert a lot past this season, scoring 3 at Anfield earlier in a 4-3 narrow defeat. Back to the centre square now. Liverpool wanting to react quickly. Gakpo beats one. Feeds it off to the left to Luis Diaz. Liverpool, cool, calm and collected, going forward with the two Dutchmen. And it's Gravenberch and Gakpo to put the ball into the back of the net. And unfortunately, that hard-worked goal from Bruno Fernandes has been nullified by the number 18 for Liverpool, hitting a 0.35 expected goal shot at Courtois. It's 1-1. Plenty of football to be played. 40 minutes in. United go forward, flooding way too many players forward. Liverpool have a quick opportunity here to hit the Red Devils on the counter-attack. Pushing towards the Stretford end, a brilliant ball from McAllister finds Mo Salah, who dinks it over the top. Martinez saves it on the line heroically, but he gets fired quickly back into Gakpo. And unfortunately, Manchester United could not stop the onslaught of attack from Klopp's Liverpool. Liverpool just surging forward with the football. But what a save attempt on the line by Martinez. But unfortunately, it didn't matter, as ultimately Gakpo steps up, scoring 2 goals in this Carabao Cup tie. We are last year's champions, of course. Will we be get knocked out this early in the cup race? Only time will tell. United 2-1 down. Know they need to react quickly. Just before the 48th minute, Dusan Vlahovic fires it in. Completely misses the target of Rashford. Somehow Martinez wins another header, and Frankie de Jong, just inside the box, curls a brilliant goal in. This time Manchester United working towards the Stretford end, and it's taken Frankie de Jong from midfield to get the Red Devils back into this match. Our number 5, 16 metres out, gets a beautiful curling shot. And there's going to be plenty of goals and plenty more football to be played in this fixture. Who's going to win? Only time will tell. Rashford just before the 76th. United chipping it around. They really want to try and win this match. James finds Casemiro. He gets worked into the box. Frankie de Jong slips through Dusan Vlahovic, and United go a goal in front after conceding 2 very sloppy goals to Klopp's Liverpool. 5 goals in this one. Can we hold out this last little 20 minutes? Dusan Vlahovic gives me a big old hug because he knows that I was such a huge advocate for him to come to the club, and has absolutely rewarded us in buckets full. Time to do some substitutions. Let's bring on Martial, Anthony. Manchester United 3-2 up. Liverpool know they need to surge the ball quickly, and we haven't been able to stop Gakpo all night. He floods forward again, sneaks in Luis Diaz, who beats Kim, and Luis Diaz collides with Courtois, and it's back to 3-3. We have brought on a bunch of substitutional players. Martial comes on, Anthony, Scott McTominay, just to name a few, hopefully just to try and hold on out, but this is going to go potentially to extra time or even a penalty shootout, as the Colombian, although colliding with Courtois, somehow by the smallest of margins sneaks the football in the back of the net. Frankie de Jong finds Mason Mount, also coming off the bench. He finds Casemiro. United with possession of the football. They know in the dying minutes of this match, this is their last real attempt. Casemiro finds Anthony flooding forward, who slips in Martial, who gets the shot on target at Alisson. And it's going to go out for a corner kick. 3-3 in this cup tie. They want us to at least get to a cup final. Last year's cup winners. That's what we want. But we could get dumped out early in this Northwest derby in the Carabao Cup. Mason Mount to drive the football in from the corner kick. With Manchester United supporters up on their feet. Mount bombs it in. It gets floated. Martinez gets the shot. Frankie de Jong, and it looks like United have wasted this opportunity. But somehow there's a foul in the build-up. Now, I couldn't really identify where it came from. It might have been like a hack kick at Anthony. But Anthony now has an opportunity. In the 94th minute, it's 3-3, dead in front. Bruno's gone off, so Anthony is now the best free kick taker on the pitch. Left footer as well. Anthony steps up and curls it into the back of the net. What an outstanding free kick from him, and keeps Manchester United's cup hopes alive. A piece of individual brilliance there from Anthony. Cool, calm and collected. Cool as a cucumber. Puts it top right bins with his left foot with a 0.2 expected goal. A free kick from 19 metres out. It is sensational. I don't score many few free kicks on ultimate difficulty in the tactical view, but that is one I'm going to absolutely love and endure. As fresh off the bench, Anthony steps up. I wonder in an alternative timeline, if Bruno Fernandes took that, would he convert? But what a sensational match and fixture we've had here today. We have knocked Klopp's Liverpool out of the Carabao Cup and have kept our trophy hopes alive in this competition. Good stuff, boys. They really stepped up. Super proud and happy of them. Moving on now to a Premier League match. We went out and beat Everton 3-1 at home. Dalot started off the scoring, followed by Frankie de Jong. Unfortunately, we conceded one in the 52nd to Beto, and Shaw got the last. Back in the Champions League, we went on to beat Anderlecht 2-1, hosting them at Old Trafford. Fernandez started off the scoring. Dolberg equalised in the 56th, but Dusan Vlahovic late in the 85th managed to seal the victory for us with 7 shots and a total of 6 chances. Back in the Premier League now, we sit in third, Arsenal first, Liverpool second, Spurs fourth, Manchester City in fifth. We now face Newcastle United, who want to try and break into that top 5 bracket. They currently sit in 6th place in the Premier League. We go to St James's Park, and hopefully it's a nice, great game and day of football. Tonali from kickoff. Newcastle go forward. Almiron starts off the scoring, and we've been a little bit shell-shocked here. 8 minutes in at St James's Park. Newcastle United are a sensational football club now. They have so many top-notch quality players. They've strengthened so much, and it feels like even their, what you would consider previous regime players have really stepped up, and they're getting the best out of them. But the Colombian Almiron steps up and starts off the scoring for them. Number 24, 4 goals in 12 competitions. Isn't having a crazy season goal-wise, but he's done well to start off the scoring against Manchester United. Newcastle looking for their second. Joelinton finds Almiron, and Gordon goes back-to-back for Newcastle, who score 2 goals within 17 minutes in rapid succession. The former Everton lad sneaks it through, and Newcastle are making a huge statement here today. They want to be back in that Champions League spot where they probably deserve. Bit of a P-roller on the deck. Courtois didn't get low, didn't get down onto it, and faded to the right. We are still, of course, on ultimate difficulty in the tactical view, and we are still playing on default settings. Maybe let me know in the comments, are there any realistic and more balanced sliders that I can implement? Are there many other YouTubers using the tactical view? Obviously, I can't watch everyone, but it seems like there's not too many. I'd be curious if people have balanced it out. I remember Chesnoid's realism sliders were quite good a couple of years ago in previous FIFAs, so suggestions like that, let me know. But Dusan Vlahovic manages to go up the other end and score quickly, which is what we need, but this guy can score goals from basically any angle, any side, inside or slightly outside the box, and it's 2-1 just before the 22nd. 3 goals quite quickly. Although we concede goals in this United career mode, we do tend to obviously score an abundance ourselves, with Dusan Vlahovic scoring 11 already this season. Bruno Fernandes, 28 minutes in, looking for Manchester United second, brings it in. It's a good header, straight at Dubravka, and it's actually a top-notch save. They've elected to go with him instead of Nick Pope, so we do have an opportunity to face a weaker goalkeeper. But Tonali and Gavi in the midfield are going to be dictating the tempo and momentum of this match. Tonali now, Premier League proven, having a brilliant season as Manchester United concede their 3rd within 35 minutes. Disappointing. Courtois still adapting to being back in the Premier League after spending years in Spain. Does make the distance, full stretch, but unfortunately by the smallest of margins, narrowly lets that one go in. Manchester United still have hope in this fixture. They go forward. Frankie de Jong beats 2 on a nice single run, unselfishly finds Bruno Fernandes and creates something out of nothing. It's 3-2. There have been 5 goals in 40 minutes, and who knows, with our form, the way we've been playing, like I said earlier, inconsistency has sort of been a hallmark of this Manchester United side in Season 2. It feels very different to the first season, our performances. For example, we aren't scoring as much, but we are conceding considerably less. We are still playing the Gegenpress, which is what I prefer, playing the 4-3-2-1 last season. We are now playing a Gegenpress with a 5 at the back. I am reluctant to go with Park the Bus, but I do feel like winning the football back with a 5 at the back on tactical is quite valuable. We quite often win it and then can counter-attack and push. So we have that defensive solidity playing 5 at the back, but we also have that high-octane press and pressure to win the football back and then counter-attack. Maybe we were better off being a pure counter-attacking side. I feel like parking the bus would be too negative, but we'll soon find out if we need a new tactic for Season 2. Or, we might be at a new club if we get sacked. So the boys are back on out from the half-time break, filled up on oranges and bananas with a point to prove. Reece James goes forward, being one of the better additions. I'm still unsure about Courtois' performances, but I'm definitely not unsure about Marcus Rashford as he scores the equaliser here just before the 50th. Really enjoying his new role, and I think we're getting the best out of him, to be honest. Was playing as a winger a lot last season, a goal-scoring winger, but I thought going forward he would potentially cut into Dusan Vlahovic's goals, but he just seems to be adding more for himself. It's 3-3, and it's all to play for here at St James's Park. In the dying moments of this match, I have brought on my substitutes: Mount, Malacia, Martial, Anthony, Toni Kroos, and Newcastle lose the ball sloppily to Martinez. Malacia hits on the afterburners and just goes. Martial, back to Malacia, back to Martial, who finds Toni Kroos, who finds Mason Mount on his left foot, off the post and in. And we have somehow managed to steal a 4-3 victory over Newcastle United, who definitely were the better side in this first half. Malacia, he's not going to get the assist. He might not get the plaudits for this one, but him driving forward, taking up Reece James' fullback role. Ultimately, it finds Mason Mount off the post and in, and we win another late extra time fixture. So 2 sketchy performances in this match, but 2 narrow victories as Mason Mount off the bench, instant impact, scores his first goal within 8 matches. And Manchester United go on and get the 3 points. Newcastle would be really disappointed with that one. We've also got some youth academy prospects. Hugo Courtier, 17 years of age, 68 overall, is worth £4 million, so we'll sign him. We went on and had a 2-1 victory over Fulham, thanks to Rashford scoring in the 41st, and then Fernandes in the 60th. Back in the Champions League now, we sit second in our group. We've got a match against Leipzig, so we'll play them. Salzburg currently have 0 points, and Anderlecht with just the 3. So this fixture here today will very much decide who's going to be top of the group. Will it be United or Leipzig? Now, Leipzig have scored countless goals against us this season, thanks to Timo Werner. But we, for the first time, start off red hot and fiery, scoring just before the 4th minute. We usually tend to concede the first goal and come back. But now we've got the first, and we need to dictate the momentum and try and control this match from that early lead. As Bruno Fernandes goes with a nice, low, driven shot into the bottom left-hand corner. Bruno Fernandes steps up within 4 minutes, and has scored 3 Champions League goals within 5 matches. This Champions League group stage compared to last season is nowhere near as competitive. We only narrowly pushed through, along with myself and Galatasaray. Bayern Munich didn't actually make it, funnily enough. They were in the Europa League last year. Rashford, still on the football, finds Frankie de Jong, and Dusan Vlahovic gets denied. An aerial ball comes in, but somehow Dusan Vlahovic didn't get his morale sucked on out of him, didn't get it disrupted after that missed shot opportunity, but rose to the occasion from the deflection. Galasic came out to contest him, but could not contend with the over 6-foot Serbian, who somehow sneaks that onto his header. It also slightly bypassed the Leipzig goalkeeper. And I'm sure Reece James at this moment, the former Leipzig player in this career series, after being sold, after being told he wasn't good enough for Chelsea and their rebuild, is thinking, man, thank God I'm at United. But to be fair, this Leipzig side is pretty good. They're going to go far in this year's Champions League, I can already tell. As we sit in 9th, we want to try and make a claim for the top of the group, but depending on this result, it might simply mathematically not be possible. United looking for their 3rd. They look like the dominant force in this match. We get another shot, which is blocked, but we manage to recycle and retain possession, with Frankie de Jong now going forward. He goes with the pot shot, and we've managed to find a little bit of weakness in that Leipzig defence, and we are now 3-0 up just before the 21st minute. We have gained the ascendancy in this match, and we want to try and press forward and score as many Champions League goals as we can. Although we've had some sketchy performances here today, we have managed to go undefeated. And if we continue like this, we will smash Leipzig away in Germany. The boys are playing some red-hot, fantastic football. But we've got to watch out for Leipzig, as Dani Olmo finds Werner, who slips through Leipzig, and they manage to get one back here just before the 26th. A little bit of ball watching. Our defence once again letting us down. But hey, that's football. We were a little bit too overconfident in our abilities, and unfortunately Courtois gets beaten there. Not much you can do about that. Luke Shaw tracking back. Our defenders once again not really closing down the distance. But still plenty of football this season to be played. 3-1 up. Leipzig looking for their 2nd, and they go and get it, which is incredibly disappointing. A quick, short opportunity, and they've brought this scoreline back to a more comfortable 3-2. Oppenpender scores a pretty decent brace for the Bulls, or should I say Rasenball, because they are technically not affiliated with Red Bull whatsoever. So we want to try and hold on to this lead, but it's an unfamiliar feeling in this episode. Starting off the scoring 3-0, we really can't allow Rasenball Leipzig to get back and ultimately win this fixture. We could make some substitutions, but I think we're okay. Everyone's got pretty decent stamina to see out this match. Ball over the top. Rashford gets sent through, and we react quickly to those 2 goals. We score the first in the second half, just before the 52nd minute. It's a 4-goal game for United. Overall in this fixture, 6 goals have ultimately been scored. So it's a high-scoring one. It's been an absolute battle of the wills between us and Leipzig, but it's a brilliant chip ball, lofted ball over the top. Rashford hits it so hard it goes over nearly the top netting, but it's a good goal. 4-2. Leipzig once again. Still not down and out for the count as Timo Werner fires it in. Kim with the interception back in Germany. Puts on a decent defensive display. And now we've got Vlahovic and Rashford on the counter-attack. Vlahovic could have opted to sweat it to Rashford, but he goes all the way and makes it 5-2. United just trying to hold out for this 5-2 victory. Leipzig have so many good players with decent individual talent. Scott McTominay, fresh off the bench, comes on with a decent interception. He's been playing centre-back a lot this season. Definitely the best choice to convert and development plan him to a centre-back so he can play all over the pitch. He's actually been quite a decent utility player for us as Dalot fires it into Anthony and it's turned into a 6-2 drumming of Leipzig after conceding 2 sketchy goals. Anthony, I'm trying to convert him to a centre forward, then ultimately a striker. I do quite like him. He's still a very decent player at this football club, but his game time has been cut significantly as we're not playing with wingers now. Jadon Sancho lost his spot, of course, going to Atalanta on loan. 6-2 up. Timo Werner, after having a really good match, comes off and they bring on Andre Silva. Now, if we ever need a new striker, seeing as how well Timo Werner has performed in these 2 fixtures, we could look for him. If Martial was to suddenly ask for a transfer request, potentially, we could look in for him. Or just simply Timo Werner as a backup striker would be decent. As we somehow managed to make it 7-2, this is our biggest scoreline of this season. Anthony scores a brace late on. The substitutions have really stepped up, hungry for first team football and wanting to impact this club. Martial, being one of our better strikers last season, fires it in, and Anthony, with his wicked, deadly left foot, makes it unbelievably 7-2 in this fixture. Who would have thought? We've got one last attempt here to equal our highest goal scoring record. It was 8 we scored against Burnley last year. Casemiro hits it. The most amount of goals we've scored in this career mode comes in a away match in Leipzig. There's been 10 goals in this match and Casemiro capitalizes from Manchester United's corner kick. What a sensational goal from the Brazilian, and I feel like Galasic has just capitulated at the back. After those early few goals went in, his confidence was just ultimately absolutely shattered. But that's it. We win 8-2. Unfortunately, on that note, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed Season 2, Episode 2 of my FC 24 Manchester United Realistic and Sensible Career Mode. Stay tuned for Season 2, Episode 3, coming out the exact same time tomorrow. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions, of course, for this series and players you would like me to sign in January. Where do you think I can improve? But that's it for me, guys, today. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.